So what are the most common visualization mistakes that people are making?
So, it's easy for us who are involved in data and data wranglers to get really excited about the data and discover cool and interesting things. But we have to remember that interesting really isn't as good as useful. And so, in that process, let's don't get wrapped around the axle in discovering and displaying cool visualizations. Let's stay focused on making sure that when we visualize data, it's created for a purpose. The purpose is to help people do their jobs better or to do something, to take action. And so, we shouldn't, as a community, get so stuck around the coolness that we forget people are actually trying to do something. And actually, this morning in the keynote, Mark Madsen made a very interesting quote where he said, using big data isn't about big, and it's not about data, it's about the using part. And that's the number one thing that we need to remember. And so then when we go to package that, so that's number one. Number two is when we go to package that, make it as simple as you can to communicate that message. Antoine Saint-Exupéry, although I can't pronounce his name quite correctly, has another great quote that says, perfection is not when you can't add anything, but rather when there's nothing left to take away. So we should keep that in mind as we think about data and communicating with data through visualizations that, again, reduce everything, every drop of ink, every pixel that doesn't help communicate the message that's in there that you're trying to motivate with.
So in regards to the tools that are being used, do we need an entirely different tool set? Are we using the wrong things to create the sort of visualization with the simplicity that you're talking about?
Well, I think, there are a lot of great tools out there. You look at R, you look at ProtoViz if you're more of a coder, you look at Tableau, Spotfire, Business Objects is making a lot of progress. There's lots of great toolage out there. Our perspective is that it's not about technology. We've made a lot of progress in the past couple of years around technology. The technology that's out there does lean to the exploration side. So I've got a data set, I want to uncover some facts. Let me unwind that and explore down that to a deep level. What we haven't done a great job of as an industry is on the presenting side, telling stories with data. There's lots of talk these days about data journalism, and I think we're going to see some advancements. I know, Jacques McInlay just did a session on telling great stories with data. A lot more attention on that, and I think we're going to see an advancement there. So, from a tools perspective, that's our hope and expectation for the future is that there's more focus on how do you motivate people.
Okay. So switching gears a little bit and kind of changing the focus, what are the key components of a great dashboard?
Right. So dashboards, again, are also in an evolutionary phase right now. But to break that down, to make it pretty specific, I think that the top level is sort of high-level key indicators that kind of bring focus and draw attention and let somebody know whether or not they need to pay attention. Beneath that, there's we'll call dimensions and measures that give context to those metrics, based on, if I want to know more about sales, I want to know more about global warming or temperature increases, so context around that. So what do those key metrics mean? And then the third layer would be detailed data for further exploration and communication. And then so that if you wrap those components into a dashboard, you want to have things like global filtering, you want to have the ability to socialize that, you want to take a snapshot, I want to annotate it, I want to be able to ask people what they think and communicate back and forth. So those are the things that would go in a good dashboard.
So last question I have for you, and I think I know your answer to this, but is there a tendency to make dashboards too complicated, to throw every possible tool and permutation in there?
Absolutely, that's right. I think there's nothing wrong with having a dashboard that has a lot of data and a lot of depth and exploration, but what we can't do is we can't attack the user right out of the gate with a lot of data. Show something that's very accessible, that's very inviting and user-friendly, just sort of brings the user into that, and then allow them to explore once they've kind of gotten their brain around what's there, allow them to explore the depth that's behind that.
Great. Well, thank you very much for being with us.
Great, thank you.